Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So, I feel like I tend to forget to introduce myself to the new people that's going to be watching my videos. I think I might just be like dumb or something, but here we go. My name is Eric. I go by Unusually Eric on the interwebs. My channel is kind of just like a hub of entertainment. That's what I like to see it as. Like, it doesn't really have a common theme, but I just like to record things and I like to edit things and I like to just do things that I find enjoyable. So if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you can get notified when I post new things. I've never done that at the beginning of my video and it felt a little awkward. I feel like I'm like prostituting for subscribers. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's get on with today's video. So today I'm gonna be ranking Ariana Grande's albums from 5 to 1. One of my earlier videos, I ranked Beyonce's albums from 6 to 1 in under 4 minutes. This one doesn't have like a time frame like that one did. I just did 4 minutes for Beyonce because that's her favorite number. But for this video, I'm just gonna be, ranking him and then talking about him. You know what? We're not even gonna, push anything further back. Let's just go ahead and get started, For the Arianators.
Arianators.
I can't really pronounce your stan base name, but don't judge me. Don't come for me. Like, I feel like I'm a stan too. I just can't pronounce the stan base name. I'm sorry. It's all my opinion, and I do want to hear you guys' opinions as well. So after the video's over, if you have some comments, leave them below. Share your rankings, So we're gonna start at number 5, and for number 5, I have My Everything, which was her second album, which came out in 2014. I used to always put Dangerous Woman at the bottom of the rankings when it came to Ariana Grande albums, but after going back and listening to both My Everything and Dangerous Woman, I see why My Everything is lower, because I feel like My Everything has way more skips. Why Try, I feel like is one of her worst songs. I've never liked Why Try. That's a skip. Be My Baby is always a skip for me. Also, Hands on Me. When Hands on Me first came out, it was kind of a bop for me. I was just like, oh, she's talking about... She was talking nasty in that song. Like, when you go back and listen to Hands on Me, she's talking so nasty. The line that sticks out to me the most is when she says, wait, what did she say? She says, oh yeah, she says, I might be a little thing, but I like that long, yeah. Like, she was being nasty in that song, but like, I can't listen to that song anymore. I just really don't like it. But I do feel like the 2 deluxe edition tracks, Only One and You Don't Know Me, should have easily replaced 2 of the standard editions. Like, you could have took out Why Try and Be My Baby and put in Only One and You Don't Know Me. My Everything did have bops though. One Last Time is one of my favorite Ariana Grande songs, maybe like top 4 favorite Ariana Grande songs. If you want to see my favorite Ariana Grande songs, like this video and I might do it. But yeah, One Last Time is a bop. Problem and Break Free, those were big on the charts, big on radio. You couldn't go anywhere in 2014 without hearing those 2 songs. My Everything as a whole, I feel like there's way more skips and way more songs that I would rather not listen to than rather listen to. It just wasn't for me. My Everything, number 5. So for number 4, I'm gonna put Dangerous Woman, third album, which came out in 2016, I believe. This era was always weird to me. Like, one thing I do hate about Dangerous Woman is the cover art. Like, those leather ears, I never liked those. I never understood why she thought that was cute, because it's not, sis. Like, it's not. But Dangerous Woman does have some bops. Leave Me Lonely, which, I mean, it isn't really a bop because it's not like an upbeat song. It's a ballad, but Leave Me Lonely should have won a Grammy. Greedy was always a bop. Into You, that was a single, it was a bop. Dangerous Woman, that was the very first single, that was a bop. But there are some songs that I just do not like. Let Me Love You featuring Lil Wayne was always kind of just like very boring to me. Like, it was very monotone. Seemed like I really liked Wayne's verse kind of, but just Ariana Grande's chorus and verses, like, it just was kind of one note and I just never liked it. Every Day featuring Future, I never really liked that song either. I just feel like it's kind of just like a basic trap pop song. It sometimes was always kind of like, I don't care about that. But was it last year? Last year, I think it was a tweet that somebody was like, take one of these songs off of Dangerous Woman, and it was like Touch It and then 3 other songs, and I said Touch It. Then somebody responded to me and was like,
how dare you disrespect Touch It?
I just never liked Touch It, but I had really never listened to Touch It like that. But I went back and listened to it. Touch It is a bop. Touch It is probably my favorite pop song by her. That song is so great. And then maybe like a couple months ago, Ariana Grande tweeted that Touch It is like one of her most boring songs. Excuse me? I was shook. Touch It is probably my favorite song on the album, followed by Greedy, followed by Leave Me Lonely. Probably not followed in no particular order. Those three are my favorites. But yeah, as a whole, Dangerous Woman is gonna fall to number 4. For number 3, we have Sweetener, which is her 4th album, which came out at the end of 2018. Her first album to win a Grammy, which was crazy. I really liked the Sweetener era, even though it was very short. You know, the first single was No Tears Left to Cry, and then it was her first song she had released since, you know, the Manchester bombing, and a lot of people thought it was gonna be a slow, kind of like sad ballad, but it ended up being extreme bop with a great music video. She really stepped up her music videos this era. Like No Tears Left to Cry was a big video. God Is a Woman, which is amazing song, amazing video. Breathing had a great video as well. Maybe not even a couple, maybe just one song that I would just straight up skip every time, which is Blazed featuring Pharrell. As everyone knows, Pharrell was very prominent in this album. Like he pretty much produced almost every track, almost every, not all of them, but most of them. And I mean, I love Pharrell Williams. Pharrell is an icon. Pharrell has great production, but Blaze was just not, it's like I just never liked Blaze. What I do want to talk about, because I wrote notes about this, and I wanted to bring up how I need y'all to stop disrespecting The Light Is Coming featuring Nicki Minaj. Okay, it's very repetitive. It's very repetitive. The light is coming to get back everything to do. You wouldn't let anybody speak. But that beat, like I said, Pharrell was all on this album, and Pharrell did what he had to do with this beat. Like, this beat is insane. The video was kind of boring, but the song is great. Like, I need y'all to stop coming for The Light Is Coming, because if you do, like, drop your location and let's fight. All the other songs I really do enjoy. REM was great. I know when she dropped that, a lot of people brought in Beyonce's version, which is also great. But I mean, why can't we just have 2 great versions, you know? Every Time is a bop. I think my favorite song on the album, looking at the track listing, is probably gonna be Good Night and Go and Every Time. And REM. And God Is On. I have so many favorites on this album. Yeah, overall, Sweetener was a great album, and it was very deserving of the Grammy that it did get. Number 3, Dangerous. Number 3, Sweetener. So we have 2 albums left. So for number 2, we are going to talk about Yours Truly. So Yours Truly, I was feeling the vibes, like the R&B 90s vibe. Like, I love that vibe from her, and I wish she would have stuck with it for a bit. Like, but My Everything came literally a year later and just like went straight pop, straight EDM. Like, this album does have 2 of my favorite Ariana Grande albums. Both of these songs are definitely in the top 5. Honeymoon Avenue and Tattooed Heart, both of those songs are just so amazing. There's not really many skips in here. There are a couple songs that are just very basic and just, they could be skipped, but I just don't, because I just like them as a whole, as a collective to the album. So like songs like Piano, Almost Is Never Enough. I mean, no, that's a great ballad. I'm sorry. Ooh, did not mean to say that song. Better Left Unsaid is a underrated bop. It did kind of come out of left field because, like I said, this song was very 90s themed, very R&B themed. Then you had Better Left Unsaid, which was like this fist pumping, like pop song to end the album. Overall, Yours Truly was just a great stepping stone. Like, it was a great debut album, like, period. Like, Loving It, bop. Daydreaming, bop. You'll Never Know, bop. Overall, Yours Truly, number 2. So let's talk about number 1. Number 1 is Thank You Next, which is her newest album, just came out back in February. And this album, it's crazy because the gap between Sweetener and Thank You Next was only 6 months. Sweetener came out in August of 2018. Thank You Next came out in February of 2019. And I mean, she had been going through some crazy shit in those 6 months, and even prior to those 6 months. So I was shocked when she put out Thank You Next, and then she was just like, oh, this is an album.
And it's coming in like 2 months.
I was just freaking out. Thank You Next came out, and that was a bop. Like, bop, bop, bop. She got her first 2 number 1s from this album, which was Thank You Next and then 7 Rings. 7 Rings? There was a lot of controversy when that song came out about, you know, appropriation, and, you know, I really don't want to get into that in this video. I might do a video on that, but 7 Rings was just a bop. You can't just don't lie to yourself. Like, you know, when you lie to me, you lie to yourself. There's not a song I skip on this album. My least favorite song is Makeup, but I won't skip it because as a whole, this album is just amazing. My 2 favorite songs from this album, though, is Bad Idea and Ghostin'. And it's so sad that we'll probably never get Ghostin' live, but it's completely understandable as to why she would never perform that. But over time, over the past couple months, Needy has been climbing up from this album. Needy has been climbing. Like, Needy is great. I'm getting excited, but Needy is an amazing song as well. This whole album, Break Up With Your Girlfriend, is great. Imagine, I feel like Imagine was severely underrated. Like, people were going up for it because of the whistle tones at the end, but just the production of the song and the lyrics and the vibe that it gives off. Songs like Imagine just makes me want to be in a relationship. Like, I'm sorry, like, I just want to be laid up listening to that. Like, thank you. Next. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like. Leave me a sub, like, subscribe if you are interested. Hit that bell if you want to get notified of when I post new stuff. And also down below, leave your comment as to what your rankings are. What's your favorite album? What's your favorite song? I want to hear. Let's have a lit discussion. I feel like lit was an appropriate term because I'm wearing this red sweater and, you know, it's pretty lit and I'm pretty hot, so I need to hurry up and finish this. So once again, thank you guys for watching and I will see you guys in the next video. That was embarrassing. Bye.